Okay, can you hear me? Am I audible? Okay, can you hear me? Am I audible? Okay, can you hear me? All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon
All
at
right.
whatever
Good
time you're hearing
evening,
me from.
everyone. Good evening. More.
Okay. How we are doing this evening? How we are doing this evening? Can I see your Can I see your expressions on the chat as an emoji? Can I see your expressions on the chat? If you are with me, can you put some energy giving emoji to show that you are with me? Once again, welcome. We'll be just using the next 2 minutes, just 2 minutes or 3 minutes at most to wait for some more persons to join us while we get started ASAP. So while we are waiting, just a few minutes, can you just drop your emoji on the chat box? How are you feeling about today? Are you excited as much as I am? Please give it to me on the chat. Please give it to me on the chat. So, like I said, we're using 3 minutes, just 3 minutes to wait for some more people to join us, and then we get started ASAP. Okay, I can see your chat. I can see your chat. I can see Nikki Pell says looking forward to learn. Awesome. Same here. I'm also looking forward to learning. Okay, can you give it to me some more? And please, this is a good time to share the link. Please, this is a good time to share it on your WhatsApp status, your Instagram, your communities, the group chats you belong to. Please let them know that we have started and something amazing is about to happen. Please share the link, share the link, share the link, share the link. So we just have 2 more minutes and we are good to go. Okay, let's talk with JC. I can see your dancing emoji. I love it. I love it very much. So please share the link with your friends, with your family members. Kindly let them know that we have started already. We have started already. We're just giving a few minutes to wait for some more people so that they don't miss the goodies that we have for them this evening. All right. Okay. All right. I can still Christabel Soyante. Okay. Hope you are sharing the link. Hope you are telling your people about it that we have started already. All right. Okay, we're already just a minute more, 1 more minute, and we are good to go. Just 1 more minute. I'm excited. I don't know about you. I'm very much excited. I mean, this is the much anticipated Becoming More conference, you know, and it's here, it's live. I'm super, 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 super excited. I'm super excited. It's not something that you would want anyone to miss. So please let the people in the community know that we have started already. Okay, so once again, good evening to all my people from Nigeria. This is 7:13 West African time, and good morning and good afternoon to those that are joining us outside of Nigeria. Once again, I welcome you to the maiden edition of the Becoming More conference hosted by U Development Company. We are so excited to have you join us on this journey of growth, purpose, and identity. My name is Juliet, as you can see, and I will be your moderator for today. So before we continue, I would love to know what's your name and where you are joining us from. What is your name and where are you joining us from? From where in Nigeria? Where outside Nigeria are you joining us from? Please just put it up in the chat for us. Let us know what's your name, where are you joining us from, and what are your expectations about tonight's conference? Please put it up in the chats. Okay, okay, okay. I'm looking forward to your responses. What's your name and where are you joining us from this evening? Okay. Are we still together? Can we know your name, where you're joining us from, and what are you expecting to get at the end of the conference? Okay, whilst we are dropping all of that, just a little bit of housekeeping before we begin. Please stay muted throughout the session. Kindly drop your question as the session is going on. At the end of the session, we are going to have all your questions answered. So please drop them on on the chat box as the session is going on. Ensure that you're in a quiet environment. Ensure that you are with your notepad. And because we're here to learn, we're here to get better, we're here to get practical, tools and insights on becoming more, right? So now, before we get started, the Becoming More conference is a purpose-driven personal growth and transformational conference designed to help you intentionally evolve into better versions of yourself in every aspect of your life, whether spiritually, personally, and even professionally. So we're not leaving any area out. Now, this conference is built on the understanding that growth is not accidental. So we believe that for you to move from one level to the next, it does not happen by chance or by mere wishing. So that's the reason why you are here. Do you see that? So over the next few weeks, we'll be having powerful conversations that will challenge, stretch, and build you. I hope you are looking forward to that as much as I am, right? So now, while I am still waiting for your comments on where you're joining us from and what your expectations are of today's events, I would want to talk about so that we don't waste much time. We're already fast spent, so that we get to wrap it up on time this evening because this is like the introductory meeting that we are having for this conference.
Hi everyone. If you can hear me, please, I want you to drop a comment. If you can hear me, I want you to drop a comment. If you can hear me, I want you to drop a comment. Okay. Our moderator is back. Our moderator is back. So I would leave so that she can continue from where she stopped.
Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. I had a slight issue with my network. So I was just about to bring up our very first host for today's conference, right? So, like I said, we are honored to begin this journey with our own convener, Miss Toluwa Kemi. And let me just give you a brief short but personal story that I had, with her. I started following our convener in 2023. I met her when she was hosting, a program called the NYC Boardroom. At that time, I was still a COP member, and I truly needed clarity to move forward. And joining that program she organized for COP members. I mean, I think we're over 1,000 who joined that event. It was truly transformational for me. And since then, have been gleaning from her from afar. At a point, I remember when she launched our signature clarity coaching session, and I was determined to be one of those persons that would pay to be part of it. And I did. And it's been truly transformational. I used to be the kind of person that I had a lot of dreams and plans, but I never had the courage to take action, not the structure to even continue. Do you see? Ash. But then since I got in contact with her personally, I realized that doing things became very easy for me by just following her. So I assure you, we all need help to grow, right? And that's what the youth development company is all about. Through youth development company, our convener helps people to grow to become better versions of themselves, and that's the reason why we are here. Now, one thing I must tell you about our convener is that you know what we say, what you ordered versus what you got and stuff like that. No, what you order is what you get here. There is no hype, there is no packaging, just real value and transformation. She has successfully hosted other transforming and accountability programs like single and intentionally waiting community challenge, the 30s decade challenge for those that are about to be 30 and those in their 30s. She also serves as the head of operations at Nara Media, where to tell the stories of founders and builders. Ms. Toluwakemi is passionate about transforming lives, helping people discover themselves and building systems that support growth and purpose. Through her work, she has impacted lives like mine and others in different capacities. And today she'll be setting the foundation for everything we'll be experiencing in this conference. So please, with your dancing emoji, with your clapping emoji, with all the excitement you have to muster, please help me welcome our very host for our first session for the Becoming More Conference 2026, Ms. Toluwakemi Adeyemi. You're welcome, ma'am. You have the stage now.
Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm super excited. I'm super excited. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I used to clapping. I used to clapping. I used to clapping. I want them to keep clapping. I can only see two people clapping. No, only two people are clapping. Only two people are clapping. Wow, 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 wow. Good evening, everyone. I trust you are doing fine. I trust you are doing well. I trust you are doing great. Wow, welcome, welcome, welcome to Becoming More Conference 2026. Woo! I'm super excited to be here. I am very, very excited to be here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for choosing to be part of today. Allow me to apologize about the beginning, like things happen. I'm so sorry about that, but I'm happy to see that we are here right now and we are ready to kickstart the Becoming More Conference 2026. Wow, I'm super excited. Like our moderator rightly said, this is the maiden edition. This is the first edition, and by the grace of God, when we'll be doing this next year, it is going to be bigger, better, and we are going to. It's going to be more. Like that's just what it's going to be. It's going to be more, 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 more. I'm super excited to be here. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm glad. Everything. Like you need to see. You need to see my heart. Right? If it's possible to see my heart, you need to see my heart. I'm super excited. I'm super happy to have every one of us here. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. All right. So I would love to meet you in the comment section. So I want to just drop your name and where you are joining from. I want to know the people that I have with me today. So your name, what is your name, and where are you and where you are joining from. So for example, for me, it will be Toluwakemi. I'm joining from Lagos. So let me know about you, your name and where you are joining from. Let me hear. I'm looking at the comment section. I would love to read. Let me see who is going to be the first person to tell me their name and their location. Who is going to be the first person to tell me their name and their location? Let me see. I'm looking for the first person. I'm on standby. I'm standby for the first person. Who is going to be the first person? Kenny from Akure. Woo! Kenny, send me a DM. Send me a DM. You just want. What should I give you, Kenny? What should I give you? What should I give you, Kenny? I'm asking you now, oh, right? But Kenny, please take note of that. Juliet, take note of that. Kenny, please send me a DM. Make sure you send me a DM, Kenny. Odunola said, Odunola is joining from Lagos State. I'm happy. Wow. I love that. I love that. So I have oh my god. You said that nobody should take it from you. Okay, guys, give me some few minutes. Let me quickly set something up. I want to set something up real quick. Nobody should take it, but you didn't. It was see when I answered. Oh, I just saw something. Deborah from Sile. Wow, wow. Deborah from Sapele, it is so nice to meet you. Okay, so let me do something for you guys. I want you to do a favor. Make sure you send me a DM. Make sure you send me a DM. If you joined today's session, if you joined today's session live, make sure you send me a DM. Say I joined live. If you're currently watching the replay, say I watched the replay. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do that, guys. Let's do that. All right, I'm super excited. Today is the maiden edition. This is the first session. We're going to be having a session with me today, and then you're also going to be having a session with me next week, right? Before we now start having our guest session. All right, Olajumoke, you are here. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. All right, I'm super excited to be here. So today, I just want to come here to share with you guys from my heart. I want to come share with you guys from my heart. Yes, that's why we are here today. But I want you to also know that as much as I'll be sharing from my heart, I also want you to know that I'll be sharing some really, really good, deep things with you, right? Olajima said from Alakuko, nice, nice, nice. I love it. Nice meeting you. So we have people join us from Akure. We have people join us from Sapele. We have people join us from Alakuko. Like amazing. Wait, I know. Odunola, where did you join us from? Where did you join us from, Odunola? I think Odunola said from Lagos. Odunola said from Lagos. Olajimoke said from Alakuko. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, guys, for being here today. Now, I want you to do me a favor. Take a screenshot right now. Take a screenshot. Just take a screenshot. Just do it first. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. All right, so keep that screenshot. After today's session, I'm going to tell you what to do with that screenshot. But for now, I want you to do me a favor. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. Can you see subscribe? Make sure you also click on it. Click on the subscribe. Odola said Ikeja, Lagos. Amazing. Thank you for that. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. The first instruction is what? Take a screenshot. The second one is click on the subscribe button, right? And then the third instruction I'm going to be giving you is this. If you have any question, please take note of it. Take note of your question. Juliet is going to be in the comment section to see your questions. So make sure you take note of it. All right. So, and I think before I start, I should say something, I should say something about Juliet. Like Juliet has told you in the introduction, this was how Juliet and I also met. I did something that was around 2022, I believe, when I finished my NYSC, and I just felt like corpers needed to know more. I'm this kind of person that I'm a more person. I believe people should be able to know more, to do more. Like there's a lot of, I like people becoming a better version of themselves. And the funny thing, I'm going to be sharing something with you guys at the end of this session, is your resource package, right? And in that resource package, you are going to watch a video from 2023. And that video was me talking about how to become a better version of yourself. So one of the things I realized about this is that I've actually been talking about this becoming a better version of yourselves for 3 good years. Like, I want to start my session from that. Like, I want to really start my session from that. I've been talking about this become a better version of yourself, right? Sorry, guys. I have literally been talking about this become a better version of yourself for 3 years plus. I've been talking about it for 3 good years plus. And it was when I was trying to prepare for this session that I realized that I've been doing that. I've been talking about becoming a better version of yourselves in the past 3 years. And I'm like, are you serious? Imagine looking at 2023 version of myself, talking about how to become a better version of yourself. And then seeing 2026 version of me, also talking about the same thing. That's to tell you something that it is much more than just an idea I woke up with. It is a strong desire in my heart. I love when people become a better version of themselves. In fact, I love when I become a better version of myself. I love it so much. I love it so much. Right. So I just like to put that out there. And now to continue our teaching, I'm going to talk about, I just want to come here to introduce to you becoming a better version of yourself. My name is Tolu Akemi, and I'm privileged to be the founder and the convener of the founder of Youth Development Company, the people who organized this amazing conference, this Becoming More conference. And in this conference, what I want to do, or the vision behind this conference primarily, is to help you, is to help as many people who would commit to this conference, is to help as many people who would commit to it, to become a better version of themselves. Is to become a better version of themselves. So please, Juliet, please help me take note of, I want to remember her name now. Please help me take note of her. Let me take note of her. I have something for her at the end of this session. I have something for her at the end of this conference. I think her name is Osatu Kehinde. Her name is Kehinde. Please, her name is Kehinde. Please help me take note of her. Another person I want you to take note of is Odunola. Please let me take note of that person also. Help me take note of that person also. All right. Let me continue now. When it comes to becoming a better version of yourself, let me tell you something that you need to understand, something that you need to get. When it comes to becoming a better version of yourself, it is actually not always easy. It's not easy. If it is easy, let me say this to you. If becoming a better version of yourself is easy, everybody will be a better version of themselves. If it is easy, everybody will be a better version of yourselves. So that's to tell you that it is not easy, right? So becoming a better version of yourself actually takes work. Becoming a better version of yourself actually takes work. And what does that mean? It means that you can't wish to become a better version of yourself. You can't wish it. You can't talk it. No, you can't just talk about becoming a better version of yourself. You can't just think about becoming a better version of yourself. Like I was telling Juliet before we started this session today, more than almost 200 people registered for this conference. And when I read through the questionnaire, because almost like out of those 200 people, we had like 150 people, 130 people through the questionnaire. And I was asking them about how to become who would they love to become, better version of themselves. And everybody had one or two things to say. I'm telling you, everybody that filled that questionnaire had one or two things to say. That's to tell you that everybody had that desire, everybody had that wish. Like I'll just say that becoming a better version of yourself is like water. Like everybody have that strong desire, everybody have that strong wish. Everybody, like people who love to become a better version of themselves. Like people who love to. So what exactly am I saying with all this? I'm saying that becoming a better version of yourself is not just something you wish. It's not just something you think you can be. It's not just something that you feel you can be. It is so much more than that. And that is why we are doing this conference. Because you need to understand how you can become a better version of yourself. Not just by thinking it, not just by wishing it, but actually doing what it takes. Actually doing what it takes to be that better version of yourself. Are you guys getting me? Are you with me? If you are with me, I want you to comment, I am with you. If you are with me, I want you to comment, I am with you. If you can hear me and you can see me, I want you to comment, I am with you. Because I'm about to share with you guys something I discovered. Like something I discovered that I believe is going to help you. So if you are with me, I want you to comment, I am with you. I'm in the comment section. I'm waiting to see. Oh, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. Franca from Ekiti State. Franca, send me a DM after this session. Franca from Ekiti State. Thank you very much for that. All right, so I'm going to get into it, right? I'm going to get into it real quick. When we talk about how to become a better version of yourself, I was studying recently when this, how should I put it now? When this calculation, when this formula came to me. Now, I want you to write this formula in your jotter, in your notes that you are using to listen to me. You can even write it in the comment section. Write D plus P plus A plus C equals to becoming a better version of yourself. Equals to BBVY. Yes, let's write it like that. Let me write it. D plus I'm also writing it here. So I want you to also write it. D plus P plus A plus C plus CE equals to becoming equals to BBVY. Yes. D plus P plus A plus CE equals to BBVY. Kehinde, thank you for that. Thank you for being with me. D plus P plus A plus CE equals to BBVY. Now, I'm going to, this equation is a signatory equation. I came up with it. Well, not by my own strength, not by my own power, sir. I was studying and my eyes just opened to it. And I'm like, push, you gotta check this out. All right. Let's go. If you would love, if you would love for me to expatiate this, say expatiate. Yeah, type expatiate. Let me know you are there. You are listening to me. Type expatiate. 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 I want to type it. Expatiate. If you can hear me. I want to type expatiate if you can hear me. If you can hear me, I want you to type expatiate. I'm going to be giving an assignment after this too. So make sure. So this is not just any kind of webinar or any kind of, it's you will show results. You show results. All right, let's dive into it. Let's dive into it real quick. Now, what does the D stand for? One thing I want you to know is that becoming a better version of yourself, becoming a better version of yourself, it has to start with a desire. It has to start with a desire in your heart. It has to start with a what? A desire in your heart. So the D stands for desire. I'm going to expatiate on it later, but let's go about it. The D stands for desire. The P, what does the P stand for? And I wrote it down in my notes. My notes is written here. What does the P stands for? The P stands for pursuit. The D is for desire. The P is for pursuit. Then the next one is what? The A. The A is for acting, or you say action. Acting, or you say action. And the CE is for continuous efforts. The CE is what? Continuous efforts. Now, if you got everything I just said, I want you to type it. What is the D? What does the D stand for? What does the D stand for? If you can hear me, let me know. What does the D stand for? What does the D stand for? What does the D stand for? What does the P stand for? What does the A stand for? I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys. The D stands for desire. Great. The P stands for what? Pursuit. Amazing. Amazing. The A stands for what? The A stands for what? Action. Exactly. I love it. So what does the CE stand for? What does the CE stand for? The CE, what does it stand for? What does the CE stand for? Continuous effort. I love it. It's well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. Continuous effort. Continuous effort. Well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, I love that you are following me. Now, let's start by breaking each down one after the other. That's what we're going to do today. And after we do that, we are going to now end. We are going to end the class with an assignment. I'm going to be giving you guys an assignment, and then after the assignment, we are now going to like end today, and then I will be looking for. So I want you guys to do me a favor. After this session, I want all 8 of you that are currently watching, if you've watched this session, I want you to send me a personal DM. Don't say that you will send it another time. Immediately you finish watching it, I want you to send me a DM and tell me what stood out for you and what you learned. You might not even send me a DM. I don't think I want to. Don't send me a DM. What I want you to do is I want you to drop a comment immediately. Comment what stood out for you immediately after the session. But first, let's dive right into it. Now, let me talk to you guys about the first thing. I said the first thing is what? Desire. Now, for you to become that person that you love to become in your heart, I told you that the questionnaire I did, right? Everybody was sharing with me who they would love to become, what they would love to become, and all that good stuff. And they were really, really interesting. Now, one of the things that I realized from everything is that there is this idea we all have in our hearts, in our mind. There is this wish. So people were writing, they said, I wish I can become this. I would love to become this. I would love to do this. I would love to do that. Everybody has something they would love to do. But now, one of the things that you have to understand is that becoming a better version of yourself, don't forget what I said, you have to intentionally move from a place of a wish, of just thinking it, to actually desiring it. When you are desiring that person that you would love to become, one of the things that your desire will fuel is your vision. And when I talk about your vision, I'm talking about the picture of that person you can see yourself becoming. Now, let me give you your first assignment, which is today's date is March 22nd, right? By next week, Sunday, it will be March 29th. Now, look at it. 1 week. This 1 week. Come Sunday 29th of March. I want you to just think about it. You might not have your answer now, right? I want you to just think about it. What would you love to have been able to do? Now, if you notice something, in you desiring to become a better version of yourself, you have already moved from a place of wishing. You have now moved to a place of desire, and that place of desire is when you can actually give yourself permission to picture a possibility of something happening, and the possibility you are now considering has now become a picture you can see in your mind. So I want you to just think about it and just say, by next week Sunday, who would I love to have become? Who would I love to have become? Just think about it in just 1 week. That can look like, I would love to have read 50 pages of the book I'm currently reading. That can look like, I would love to have watched 5 videos on this particular thing I would love to learn about. It can also look like, I would love to pray 1 hour every day. Another thing it can also look like, I would love to have paid this particular thing I want to pay for this particular thing. I want you to think. If you don't mind sharing with me in the comment section now, I don't mind it. Think about it. Who in the next 1 week, I'm not saying 1 month, I'm not saying 1 year. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying 1 week. Come next week, Sunday, who would you love to have become? You might take a minute to think about it. Yeah. But just think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Even I myself, yes, I'm doing the exercise. Because that is it. It is a journey that we are all going through together. The next 7 weeks, we are all going on a journey together. And that is it. If you stay with me, it will be obvious in your life. And I don't know how best to say it again, right? Yeah. Let me go ahead. If you guys are not going to share it, no problem. But that assignment is very, very important, right? It's very, very important. So that's the first thing. Now, when we're talking about desire, it has to do with visioning. Desire has to do with visioning. It has to do with, what is that picture of possibility that you can see? What do you think is possible? Another thing you have to understand is that becoming a better version of yourself is when you take something that you feel like is possible and you actually, that is the second place we are going to, pursue it. You actually now pursue it. For example, you already said to yourself that in the next 1 week, I would love to have read 50 pages of the book I'm currently reading. Great. That is a wish. That is a desire. That is something you love to. Is a possibility. Now, pursuit is when you now say, I have said it, I will do it. That is pursuit. You now go after it. See, if you like, think about, oh, I like this babe, she's very fine. If you don't ask the babe out, you will never know if it will work out or it will not work out. I'm sorry, I have to use relationship because I feel like that's one thing that will drive you home, right? But I just needed you guys to understand me that whatever it is, don't stop at desire, don't stop at wishing, don't stop at visioning. Move to pursuit, move to actually pursuing it. Say, okay, if I'm going to read 50 pages, that would mean that in 7 days, how can I read 50 pages? Can I read 5 pages a day? Can I read 3 pages a day? Can I read 10 pages a day? Pursuits. So you now sit down and say, this thing that looks so big that I have said, how can I break it down? For example, I said I would love to have people, teach them about how to become a better version of themselves. That was a desire. Then what did I do? What is the next thing I do? Pursue it. I said I would love to have 500 people. Pursue it. I did the flyer. We did I called a team together. We did the flyer. We put the flyer out there. Take me to the next thing. Action, just desire. Don't just pursue. Put action to it. See, when we say action is an activity. Put activity to it. Do something. Don't just say something. Actually do something. Now, I said for the next 7 weeks, I'll be doing this every Sunday, 7 p.m. I put out the flyer. I put out the design. I almost didn't do today's session. But words, action. Now, another thing is continuous effort. And when I'm talking about continuous effort, continuous effort is, I remember when this came to my heart in church to write it down. That's one of the places where I get inspiration for what I write. And I said continuous efforts. I sat down and I thought about it. There was something my pastor said that brought this to my mind. My pastor said something. My pastor said he was reading a particular Bible verse, and in that Bible verse he said, continue in that thing. Like the Bible verse, I feel like I should go and look for the Bible verse so I can show you guys. I feel like going to look for the Bible verse too. I'm trying. Because I want you to know that this thing, I'm coming. Let me see if I'll be able to get it. Like, you guys have to understand that you have to continue doing that thing. Don't give up. If you say you're going to do it in the next 5 days, actually do it in the next, like day 1, wake up. Day 2, do it. Day 3, do it. Day 4, do it. Day 5, do it. Yeah, 1 Timothy 4 verse 6. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear these things. Continue in it. You have to continue in it. See, in becoming a better version of yourself, your life mantra has to be there is no giving up. Even if we give up, even if we want to give up, we will not give up. There was something I wrote here on my wall. I said, I don't fail, I only learn lessons. That's it. That is the mindset of a person who wants to become a better version of themselves. You don't give up. You keep at it. Even when it looks like you failed, you say, I've just learned a lesson and stand up again. Like if you are with me, if you have been following, say, I am following. I want you to comment, I am following. If you've been following what I'm saying, I want you to comment, I am following. I want to know you guys are there. Am I the only one? Are you guys listening to me? I want you to comment, I am following. If you are there and you are listening to me, I want you to comment, I am following. I want to know I'm not the only one that is teaching. Okay, Odola, thank you very much for that. Odola, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. Odola said, we understand. Faith said, we are listening. Yes, Odola, yes, so it's on my wall, yeah. I don't feel I can bring it to my sticky notes. I don't feel I will learn lessons. That's it. That is it. That is the mindset of, or let me say, the mantra of someone who wants to become a better version of themselves. Yeah. Continuously. So that is how you become a better version of yourself. That is how you become a better version of yourself. Right? So now, which will take me to what the next thing I'm about to say to you, which is that, the assignment I want to give you. I don't want to take too much, this introductory class, I don't want it to take too much of our time. I hope I've been able to say something that makes sense to you. And if you have any question, please drop the question. So I'm going to be sharing an assignment with you guys. There's a particular video I believe everybody should listen to, and there are 2 audios I believe everybody should listen to. That's another thing about being in this community. Yeah, that's another thing about joining this conference. Much more than attending the live session on Sundays, you're also going to be getting assignments, activities, and things to do during the week to keep you busy, to make sure that you are a person of your own words. Yeah. So you're going to get that. You're going to get that. All right. So I want you to take in everything that I've talked about today. I want you to take it in and let me know. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? Right. So I'm going to leave you with this assignment that I wrote. I said, ask yourself, I already asked yourself, what is that thing in the next 1 week? And guys, if you can allow yourself to actually embrace this assignment I just gave you, if you allow yourself, you would realize that if you keep doing this, you realize that every week you are constantly becoming a better version of yourself. Every week. You would constantly become a better version of yourself. Now, let me say this. Let me ask this. Do you have any question? Do you have any question for me too? Have I said anything that made sense? Do you have any question for me too? Before I hand over back to the moderator and she, interact with you guys again. How can you become a better version of yourself? It's simple. It's very, very simple. Follow the formula. The formula is what? D plus P plus A plus CE equals to what? BBVY. And what does D stand for? Desire. And in desire, I said, don't just think it. Don't just wish it. Actually create a picture in your mind. Create a picture. And whatever picture you create in your mind, the next thing to do is what? Pursue that picture. And how do you pursue it? By actually asking yourself, what can I do to make this a reality? After you've now pursued, the next thing I said is what? After you pursue, what's the next thing? Take action. Those things that you feel, that you say, oh, if I do this, I'll be able to do this. Now, act them out. Put them into practice. The next thing I said is what? Continuous effort. If you say you're going to do 5 days, show up 5 days. Show up the second day, show up the third day, show up the fourth day. Now, it's an example of this also. You've already joined the conference day 1. Make sure you're here for day 2. Make sure you're here for day 3. Make sure you're here for the 4th week, the 5th week, the 6th week, the 7th week. Make sure you show up. It's very, very important. Very, 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 very important. We'll be marking attendance soon. So that's why I said, you see why I said take a screenshot from the beginning. Yes. So that's why I said take a screenshot from the beginning. Now, what I want you to do is that screenshot you took from the beginning, I want you to go and make a post either on your Instagram or your WhatsApp and talk about what stood out for you. Tag me. If you do Instagram, tag my Instagram page. If you do WhatsApp, tag my WhatsApp status. And don't also forget that you can also send, after this session, you can drop a comment under this video of what stood out for you. I would really, 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 really love to hear from you guys. All right, so I'm going to be returning the mic back to the moderator. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section so she can read it. She can ask me questions. And next week, I will be teaching Becoming by Design. It is something that I love to teach. I've been asked a lot, Toluwakemi, how do you become by design? And it will be a privilege to share it with you guys next week. There's also something I would love to share with you guys. 10 places money hides in you. So you are blessed to be in this community. I don't know. You are blessed to be in this community. Don't also miss out. our more people will be coming to talk. One of my friends is coming to talk about your mind. Another person is coming to talk about resilience. Another person is coming to talk about, Clement is coming to talk about resilience. Um, Dumami is coming to talk about self leadership. Very, very important. Very, very important. My friend Tejima Jesse is coming to talk about your mind. These people are very, very important to me, and I'm very, very sure that you are going to learn from them. So I'm going to hand over back to Juliet now. Juliet, please, you have the floor. Feel free. Please, if you have any questions, drop your questions. Juliet, are you there? All right. I'll hand over to Juliet now. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, thank you so much for such a very brief but insightful session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just love that you made it very simple for us to just go and practicalize ASAP. So if you are still with us, of course, we are rounding up very soon. As you can see, we didn't take your time so that you can have ample time. I know this is Sunday, you just came back from church and you need to rest as well. So please, if you are still with me, can you just put it on the chat? What stood out for you? Just one thing that stood out for you in today's session. I realize that a lot of times what um, moves the needle for us or what causes change for us is not always going to be dramatic. It's not always going to be like a 9 hour or 10 hour vision. Sometimes it's just one sentence, one word, something you read from a book, something you heard from your mentor, something your pastor said, and just that thing can keep ringing in your head at every junction of life. So, from this session we just had, can you tell us one thing that stood out for you? One thing that stood out for you. For me, I mean, I have a lot of things. In fact, I'm already thinking, have I been consistent? Yes, I've been showing up, oh, I've been trying, but I'm like, have I been consistent? Especially this last few weeks, I'm already asking myself those questions. And okay, now we are going to enter a brand. In fact, this next week is going to be the end of the first quarter of the year. Now, remember all the things you said you were going to achieve in the year. Please, oh, don't wait when it's December. You now start doing fire brigade and stuff like that. This is the best time to, reset, to restart, and to reset and restart. Do you see? So please, can you tell me on the comment what is that one thing that stood out for you that you're going to take to arm yourself for the week before we come back again the next week? And if you have any question, please, I was listening to a preacher and he said that if after a section there is no question from the audience, it means two things. Either the speaker has done a very excellent job or the speaker has done a very bad job. So please, can you drop your questions or are we all good? If we are good, can you say we are good? Let me see your response on the chats. Are we good? Even if you're tired or when it's not comfortable, do not give up. That is Marketing Face is telling us what stood out for her. Even when you are tired, very true. Because the things that makes us give up, they are very little things. So it's not like maybe for some people they already know what they want to do. So you see, I love the fact that this acronym that our convener shared with us, it's something that applies to everybody. So there's desire, that is the D. There's pursuit. So some people are at a point where they need to, build that desire that, now arouses vision in their hearts. Odun said, you don't just wish, pursue your desire. I love it. I love it so much. So please keep dropping it. And if you have any questions, drop it as well. But if you don't have any question, that's fine. You can just tell us that we are good to go. Now, I was trying to say, please, we're wrapping up, right? I'm not here to take another session. But I'm just trying to say that I love this acronym we have here, DPACE, because it covers every season of our lives. So everyone, both at the top or at the bottom or at any level, can resonate with this. So it's either you are desiring, or if you have already caught a vision through your desire, you are pursuing, you are taking action, or you're at a point where, okay, you have already taken the first step. Maybe you have started a community, or you started a business or a ministry, you start writing a book. But now, what you need is not just the action, but the continuous efforts. I was talking to a friend of mine today after service. We're just hanging out and all of that. And one of the things that, we're just talking about was the fact that it's not ideal to start something and not finish it, except you are transitioning or God says come up either to another assignment. Do you see that? So it's very important to start and finish, continue, stay in power is important. That's the thing because everybody has ideas, everybody can start something, but continuing. Franca said you should learn to put an action into what you desire because your desire cannot just grow itself unless you put an action to it. Beautiful. So the next question is this week, what is one action that you'll be taking towards? So it's either you can be thinking, spending time. If you're not clear on what you're supposed to be doing in this season, one of the action you can take is to think, is to pray, is to read, is to ask questions, is to spend time with the Holy Ghost, is to journal. As you do that, you get answers. If you're already clear on what you're supposed to do, one of the actions is to now get clarity. What is the structure? What do I start doing? What is the baby step I need to start taking? Or if you already started something, okay, I've been doing this thing, is to look at it, review it. Has this thing been working? Okay, it has been working. Okay, let me continue. Has it not been working? Why is it not working? So these are the various actions you can take at whatever level you are in. It seems like we don't have any question, but I have one question that I want to ask. Please, you can keep dropping, your take home before we go home. So I want to ask a question, right? I've already given my highlights. I think one of the things that stood out for me is that in becoming a better version of yourself, your mantra has to be, I don't give up. Your mantra has to be what? I don't give up. Well, I think that answers a lot of questions. But I still want to ask a question, perhaps for somebody. Now, in assuming you have started, I'm asking now, I hope Miss Tuluwa Kim is still here with us. So I'm asking, assuming, you started something, out of, you have the courage, you started something, maybe a podcast, just something that just puts you out there, right? But on the first try, on the second try, maybe you didn't do well, so to speak, as much as you expected. And so, there's a way that thing can bring embarrassment and shame for an average person if you're not careful. As much as we say things like, oh, don't give up and stuff like that, yeah, it's easy to say that, but I've seen that not everybody, I've seen people who, because of one mistake, they never rise up again. Or maybe it takes a lot of time and encouragement. They don't even want to step into that arena again because they feel like, oh me, I messed up. Maybe especially when they did it in front of people and it didn't make sense. Especially, now we are in a space where, there's this thing they say, oh, do it even when you are feeling cringe. But even feeling cringe feels like a crime because we're in a space where everything has to be perfect. And so people sometimes will even judge you. Oh, I thought you were this, I thought you were that, da, 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 da. So my question is, at that point where maybe you tried to do something but the result didn't come out as much as you wanted, so you felt embarrassed, and even sometimes maybe somebody give you a very negative remark, how do you deal with it? How do you still continue in the face of that kind of embarrassment or shame, so to speak?
Okay, I'm not sure if I got your question very well because your network it was breaking. So I don't know if you can go over it again. I didn't get it quite well.
Okay, can you hear me now? Is it clearer now?
Yes, yes, it's clearer now.
So
Please
I
go
was
ahead.
giving an analogy, right? Let me just summarize. I was giving an analogy that assuming that, oh, you try to start something, for example, and in the course of doing that thing, let's say, I don't want to use the word you failed, but let's say that, oh, you didn't do it up to expectation, right? I hope you can still hear me. So, okay, I hope, can any other person hear me?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
with
you can hear
you.
me. Okay,
I'm listening
so
to
you didn't do it
you.
up
So
to expect.
somebody started a podcast.
Yeah, I'm giving an example, right? So let's say you started something, anything, whether a business
Can you hear
or a
me?
conversation. Yeah, I can hear you. I think your end is breaking. But I was saying you started like a business or anything, good or doing well, started something, and in the course of doing that thing, you felt like you flopped, so to speak, in the eyes of perfect people or people that have gone ahead of you. And somehow that thing brought some sort of embarrassment to you, especially because of the kind of negative comments you got. Or even if you didn't get negative comments, you just feel like, I should have done better than this. This thing was not given, so to speak. And you felt embarrassed and all of that. So, how do you handle a situation like that?
So I could not hear you. Like it was echoing. I could not hear you.
Wow. Okay, let me try and type it. To be hard to type. Is it from my end? Okay, can you hear me better now? I just changed my network.
You are constantly becoming a better version of yourself.
Okay, sorry guys. I think she's having issues with her network. Please let's just give her a few minutes to join us back so she can answer that question and then we'll wrap it up. Can you guys still hear me? I hope my network is better. Odun Ola. Okay, I think she's coming back. She's coming back.
So how do you handle the embarrassment that comes from your first trial? Say a podcast or something. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you guys see me and can you hear me? Let me know so that I can answer the question. I love this question so much. I love this question so much. All right. So, in a situation when you attempted something and it seems like it flopped, I love it. And it seems like it flopped. It brought you shame and embarrassment. How do you handle the situation? Let me give you a practical example. Let me give you a very, very, very practical example. And Juliet can attest to this. And the practical example is today. This is our live session today. This is our YouTube live session today, right? We already did the dry run. Juliet was on the call. I was on the call. We already did it. It looked perfect. It looked good, great. A few minutes to 7 o'clock, NEPA takes lights. They'll get it done to work. But thankfully, get help. Say, if you did it again, we talk to you. I want to tell you is this: when you do and you try on your first attempt and it flops, like you said, that is your first attempt. And don't forget what I said. I said, so from that your first attempt, review it. What didn't work out? What could have been better? What should I do better? See, shame and embarrassment, it will come now and say, take harassment. No, it is something you and I feel because we are human. So what am I trying to say as a result of that? And when you can choose, of course, it's not something, but don't stay there. Imagine if Adam and Eve, they had stayed with the shame that we are naked, we are not going to do this, we're not going to see God. Eve stayed in their shame. Just imagine that. So the thing the most productive thing that you can do to overcome shame and embarrassment, should I tell you, it is to try again. It is to try again. Is what? Try again. Try again. Next week, 7 p.m. 29th of March, we'll be here again. We will be here again. You said it flopped. That is the first try. Do you know how many trials they will have to go through before they could get light bulb? You just need to come to the understanding of that. Yes, shame is don't stay in it. Progress. Because you have to understand something. To become a better version of yourself, what did we say? Say you have to pursue something. So if you stay in shame and embarrassment, you would. But if you don't stay in shame and embarrassment, you will pursue. Don't forget what you said. Continuous efforts. That is it. So it's okay. If your first trial should be, you can't get better at it. Your first trial, you should always have a how I started and how I am now. You should always have that. And that is when you can actually say, I am growing. I hope that was I hope that answered your question, Juliet. You are muted. Me. I love what Odwan said. Keep trying. You said talk about. You said there always be shame in your journey to greatness. Yeah, so true. So Juliet, was I able to answer the question? Are we good?
Yes, yes, thank you. I think that what you said that really got me was that the most productive thing to do after such, experience is to try again, right? After, of course, after reviewing, like you said, check what worked, what could I have done better, how can I improve on this, and all of that. So I think that answers the question for me, and I believe it answers as well for every other person listening and every other person that would watch this much after. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone who joined us this evening. Thank you so much. I want to say God bless you. It keeps getting better even as we proceed. So don't forget the assignments. Now, some of these assignments, they are not assignments that it's for yourself, actually. It's for yourself, right? At whatever level you are, you can spend some few hours, minutes to really think on these things and journal them and take action towards them. So please don't forget the assignments. Don't forget to also share what you learned, what stood out for you. Please share it. It's also a way to, and publicize what we are doing online so that other people too can be part of what we are doing. So please also share, take a screenshot, and let everybody know what is going on here. And so please don't forget, we're coming back here. Of course, when you're in the group, kindly engage. We're going to be dropping some more engagements before the next Sundays and all of that. Please reflect on everything that we've learned this evening. Don't sleep on them, I assure you. Don't sleep on them, right? So once again, thank you so much for joining us. I think except we have any question, in the absence of no question, I want to say thank you on behalf of the U Development Company and on behalf of my, permit me to say, my beloved host. Right, I want to say thank you so, so much for joining us. We look forward to having you again. Like she said, we're going to be diving into becoming by design. You don't want to miss it, I assure you. You can actually curate your becoming. I assure you, you can curate it. You can plan. Of course, I know that the Bible says that Paul planted, Apollos watered, but the Lord gave the increase. But the thing is that there will not have been any increase from the Lord without Paul planting, without Apollos watering. So you have to do your part. And of course, expect the favor of God and the hand of God to what puts you ahead, right? So we are going to be in this journey together. So please and please, thank you so much. See you all next week, Sunday, and of course, see you across the week in our community. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, that's all for today.